All right, we want to get back to our top story, and that is this news conference that we expect D.C. Police Chief Kathy Lanier, and you can see Mayor Muriel Bowser here addressing the media on the mansion murders in Northwest Washington and the hunt for a suspect. Let's listen in.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I first want to say how grateful I am and the residents of the District of Columbia are to the hard-working men and women of the Metropolitan Police Department, as well as our Fire and Emergency Medical Service that responded last week to the home of Amy and Sava Savopoulos and their son, and attended to Miss Verilicio Figuerero, their housekeeper. So we're grateful for their responsiveness. But we're also grateful to our partner agencies at the ATF and the Secret Service who have been working on this case 24/7 since last Thursday. And all of us are focused on finding the perpetrator of this act of evil on Woodland in our Ward 3 community. I also know that you are all aware that MPD has identified a suspect, 34-year-old Darren Dylan Went. He is currently at large, and we continue to seek the public's assistance in locating Went. He is a black male, approximately 5'7" in height, weighing approximately 155 pounds. If you see Went or know anything about his whereabouts, we ask that all members of the public call 202-727-9099. You can also send any information leading to the whereabouts of Went to the MPD text line at 50411. If you see something, we're begging of you to say something, to call law enforcement. Any bit of information can lead to a breakthrough and can lead to us solving this heinous crime in the District of Columbia. Again, the Metropolitan Police Department seeks Darren Dylan Went, black male, 5'7" in height, weighing approximately 155 pounds. I'm going to ask the Chief of Police to provide more information that she can about the investigative efforts of her department and our partner agencies since we spoke on last Friday.
I'll start off by saying I know that many of you have a variety of different bits and pieces of information that has come from different sources. I just want to caution you that I know that there is a lot of inaccurate information that is getting leaked out to the media, and I caution you to be careful about what you report. I am not able to comment on any evidence related to the case at this time. I'm trying to provide as much as I possibly can to the public while still not jeopardizing this case. So I appreciate your understanding and my inability to comment at all on evidence related to this case. So I'll start off with, most of you know we did obtain an arrest warrant for first-degree felony murder while armed in connection with the May 14th murder of Amy Savopoulos, Sava Savopoulos, Philip Savopoulos, and Vera Figueroa. At this time, we do not have the suspect in custody. Darren Went is a black male with dark complexion. He's approximately 5'7" in height and weighs about 155 pounds. We have information that he was last seen wearing blue jeans, a blue hooded sweatshirt, and white tennis shoes. Over the past 24 hours, the Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force has searched several locations in Prince George's County, Maryland, looking for Mr. Went. Information gained from interviews and new information in the past few hours, we have information that we believe Mr. Went is currently in the Brooklyn, New York area. The task force is continuing to search for Mr. Went. I have been in contact with the commissioner from the NYPD. They have offered and are providing all assistance that we need in trying to locate Mr. Went. I also want to reiterate that the support that we've received working this case with our task force partners and particularly the ATF, the Secret Service, and even Metro Transit Police to help us process really a very large volume of information, evidence, and leads has been tremendous, and we would not be where we are today without their support. So I want to thank them. For the residents of the district who are rightfully scared and wants answers as to why and how this family may have been involved, we want to give you as many answers as we can, but what we can tell you right now is that we do believe that there is a connection between this suspect in this case through the business. So right now it does not appear that this was just a random crime, but there is a connection through the business of the suspect and the Savopoulos family business. So again, as soon as we can give you more information, we will, and I apologize for my inability to answer specific questions about evidence in the case.
Do you believe that there are multiple suspects involved, or do you believe that Wynn was acting alone?
We have not ruled out that there are others involved, but I can't comment beyond that.
When you refer to the business, is the business the Ironworks business, or is it a martial arts center or some other?
The Ironworks business, yes.
Did he work at Wentworth for American Ironworks at one time?
We have recent information that he did work at American Ironworks at one time in the past.
Did he leave, was he fired from American Ironworks?
I don't have that information, Pat.
Did he have,
Do you believe that Mr. Wendt is the person of interest that you asked for help on over the last weekend?
In the video that we put out?
Yes, ma'am.
We do. Yes.
Can you tell us what you believe?
We believe that he was the person that we put out in seeking the person of interest in the video released last week.
Chief, how do you believe he got to the Brooklyn area?
I can't comment on that. I don't have that information.
Vehicle or any description you can provide to help people in that community that are obviously frightened now as well, that they can keep an eye out that will help your investigation?
We don't have any vehicle information associated with Mr. Wendt right now. We have had different sources of information, possibly a bus, but we just don't know.
You can't speak to the DNA evidence specifically that you got and the evidence at the scene, but that requires a match to evidence you already had on this suspect. The evidence you have of his DNA in your possession already, where did that come from?
I'm not going to comment on any evidence that we have at all. I can't comment on that right now.
Can you articulate, if he's watching right now, this is broadcast across the country, you have a chance to speak to a man who's armed and dangerous, who's wanted for a brutal crime that's terrorized this community. What do you say to him?
Well, I mean, right now you have just about every law enforcement officer across the country that is aware of his open warrant and are looking for him. I think even his family has made pleas for him to turn himself in, and I would just reiterate that it's much easier if he just turns himself in.
Have you had any contact with him in any form since the murders took place?
I'm not going to comment on that. I can't comment on that this time. I'm not allowed to comment on that as well. Well, right now, again, I think we have now established that there is some specific connection between the suspect and the victims here. So this was not random. Hopefully we will have Mr. Wendt in our custody very soon. But we are distributing his photograph as widely as possible, and we encourage people to call us if they believe they see him. Not to take action, but to call us, just dial 911, whatever jurisdiction you're in, and have local police respond. Well, I mean, obviously, we have a person that's wanted for horrible murders. I'm not going to say he's not a danger.
When you say he's a danger,
Do you now believe that he was holding that family against their will from Wednesday night into Thursday morning?
I can't comment on details in the case.
is he likely carrying with him more than a knife? Is he carrying with him a gun or some other weapon that people should be aware of in case they have some interaction with him?
We've asked that if anyone sees this person, to assume he's maybe armed and dangerous, and to contact local police. Thank you.
All right, so you've got D.C. Police Chief Kathy Lanier there wrapping up the press conference. We got a lot of new information from this press conference from the Chief Lanier there. The most important piece of information to come out is that they do not believe that this was a random attack on Savas Savopoulos and his family. Instead, they know that the suspect that they are looking for, Darren Wendt, at some point was employed by Mr. Savopoulos through his company, American Ironworks. We know Stavropoulos was the CEO of that company, and they have reason to believe that Wendt was employed there at some point recently. So that was her big, important information that she wanted to get out to the communities, that they do not believe that this was a random attack. However, he is still not in police custody. Their most recent information has him linked to the Brooklyn, New York area. Chief Lanier said that they are working closely with New York Police Department officers there to try and track him down and take him into police custody. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, a blue hoodie, and white tennis shoes. And Lanier there also confirming for us for the first time that he was in fact the person in the video that was released as they were launching their search for this suspect who was seen running behind a building. So a lot more information to come out. Again, the search for the suspect continues this noon. We are covering this for you from every angle, and we will have much more on this developing story coming up right here on ABC 7 News at 4. Be sure to join us for our live team coverage. We will also be providing you up-to-the-minute updates on our website, WJLA.com.